While it's commendable that Ukraine and Russia and Turkey have signed an agreement to see grain move from Ukraine through the Bosphorus to the rest of the world, the deal seems very one-sided. It's signed under the United Nations, under the umbrella of the United Nations. It all seems in order, and yet this morning we hear of strikes against Odessa, the port of Odessa, and strikes specifically against grain silos, and therefore strikes apparently in defiance of the agreement which has just been signed. Now, the really important thing is one could turn around and say, one could wring one's hands and one could say, well, Russia has not kept its word and therefore Russia needs to be excoriated and punished. By whom? By whom? Because the United Nations makes it quite clear they have no remit to attack Russia or to punish Russia in any meaningful way. The only thing that they can say is, this is scurrilous. Or this is bad. Well, that's what everybody is saying about Russia anyway. So there is no mileage in that. Now, I think it's very good that President Erdogan has conducted negotiations precisely for this. He's to be praised and commended, and other world leaders should be doing the same thing and should not stop. But Russia equally cannot be presumed to act with honor. If the only weapon that the West is using is honor, Russia is not at all alarmed about that, because Russia has behaved dishonorably throughout this entire campaign, and will continue to do. One can't expect a leopard to change its spots. Now, one may say that this whole agreement is simply a ruse so that Russia can then see the mines across the Black Sea removed, and therefore access to attack the port of Odessa all the easier. That's the price one has to pay. That's the risk one has to take simply to be civilized. There's always a risk in being civilized. And, when history is written, if we survive this, Russia will go down very badly. The Putin administration will be seen to be as abhorrent and deceptive and lacking in trustworthiness, as indeed that's what we think. It will be demonstrable. But we have to wait until history is written. And we have to assume that we, on the moral right, are going to be successful. I think it is inevitable that we will be, but the price, I think, will be very high.